Hey guys, Stuart back with some more Scrap Mechanic. Last time we were trying to sort out this helicopter idea, and I think I've got it. So basically, what was happening was we had both rotors going in the same kind of direction when they were spinning. That actually meant that the forces that they were generating while spinning, like their torque, added up to a positive number. Now we want that to be essentially zero, because if there's any kind of like induced torque, the whole thing will start to spin. So what I've done is I took out some of the extra rotors. They're complicating things, and it turns out I don't think we really need them. And then I went ahead and added in, well, basically, if you look here, this one's kind of pointing in that direction, this one in the opposite. So now that should cancel out the torque that was making this thing topple over. Excuse me. But we won't know until we jump in the pilot seat. So yeah, let's do it. Okay. Now, I like that result. It's clearly not a helicopter just yet. But what we are getting is some nice hovering action going, kind of like very slow controlled ascent. It's not toppling over or doing anything too weird. Now, basically what's happening though is we are getting a torque still added to it from the rotors, but this torque doesn't cause it to lean forward, it causes it to spin around. So that's a good result. That's what I was looking for. So yep, here we go. Let's see if I can nail landing. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Okay, so yeah, that's actually pretty good. It means that we're getting closer to an actual helicopter as opposed to rocket propelled disaster. So now what we want to do, oh goodness, we kind of got a little far. We want to work on, and sorry for the swallowing, I've actually developed a little bit of tickle in my throat. It's spring, I'm pretty badly allergic to tree pollen, and it's this time of year is always a little rough on my allergies, so bear with me. But yeah, what we want to do now is we need something that will counterbalance that turn that's starting to do. And you see this in real helicopters as well. They'll have like a little fan coming out the back, and the fan kind of like pushes the helicopter a little bit to prevent it from. It's also used for steering and a bunch else. I still haven't figured out how to do steering in this game. At least with, well, I kind of have and I kind of haven't. More on that later. But what I think for now, like, maybe just we'll really kind of rough it and put one in on the end there, and just this is a little test. It's not. I think I actually need it back here, facing this direction. Now, I 90% chance this isn't gonna work well at all, but that's what science is all about. You just kind of try different things, and based on the results, you make conclusions. So. Yeah, I already have a feeling this is gonna not work all that well, but yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Huh. Actually, not as bad as I thought. I that was bizarre. Like, I don't know why it kind of parachuted down slowly like that. I kind of like that. I kind of want to see if it'll do more of that. All right, yeah, yeah. Is this? I'm kind of curious to see what survival mode is like when they get around to releasing it, because it seems like there's all this farmland, like a launch pad. Something's going on in this place, and kind of curious to see if they include like quest or what have you. Right now it's early access and they've only released the creative mode, which is fine for our purposes, but it would be kind of interesting to see where they take it. I'm very excited about this game. It's I mean, very good things are going on with it. Let's see. I mean, it's ugly. It's really ugly. Oh, we better connect it up, otherwise it's just dead weight. Um, I'm not sure. I mean, we could talk about it for all day long, but talk is cheap. Let's see. Oh, well, that's a problem. Eesh, okay. I get such a kick out of this, I swear. Wait, oh, okay. Um, so, God, don't tell me I'm gonna have to like redo it again. No, no. We're gonna find a more elegant solution. See, I need to extend the tail out this way. Um, I mean, I have an idea for how to do it. Let's just see. Let's play around a little bit. I'm gonna show some building today. Let's see. Lightweight. Yeah. Well, what is this? Lightweight duct end. Let's stick with a pipe for now. I'm gonna definitely branch out and actually make this look cool once it is actually a thing. But oh, I'm gonna need. That's heavyweight. We don't want heavy. We need this to be medium weight. Shoot. Guess we're using table supports. I kind of want to mix it up a bit. What's this? I guess we're sticking with the pipes. Yeah. We're. Oh, I did need though. Sorry. Organizing my thoughts. I do need some short pipe, and I think I found a way that I can make this like come in and maybe be. I know it works with wheels because I was trying to build a motorcycle and it didn't record much of that because it was it didn't work. Suffice to say, no, it's still too wide. Because I want to get. Oh, I worry about this though. I worry it's gonna like screw up some things. What's that? Like, how does that change things? Cute. It just like changes it. Is it changing the size? Like, no, it just, I don't know. Will it fit? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's. So I could do something silly like. Kind of looks cool. I don't know. I'm not. And I think I need a third, right? Because it was still. Oh no, it didn't quite work. I'm worried about that. I'm really worried about that actually. Um, Mainly because now it's really off balance. Um, oh, sorry for the sniffle. Ah, heck. Ah, heck. I can worry about it and never try it, and it'll end up working, you know? Or I mean, it'll be crap, but it'll be funny probably. Um, yeah, let's do it. Okay. So it's too much weight. um, yeah, it's like a tree climber. This is actually kind of interesting. I wonder if you could build a vehicle that can. Okay, that's something we'll have to try after the helicopter. A tree climbing vehicle. Oh, wow! I really like that idea. Yeah, that's the next creation. We're gonna build like a little vehicle that can, jump up trees and stuff. It'll be fun. Um, but first we got the sort the hell. What were we naming the helicopter? Oh yeah, the Pelican. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I knew the weight would be a problem, and this is what I'm talking about. Like how do we line up an odd number thing in an even number? Uh, well, I have an odd idea. Club. I have an odd idea. I don't think it'll work. We might as well test it though, right? Okay, and worst comes to worst. There's another way we can handle this. We won't even need a tail. So something to keep in mind. Now, oh, hmm. So if I put, well, okay. Sorry. See, I'm worried this is gonna be like a medium weight wheel, and oh, if I lift this up a bit, maybe it'll fit. Come on, I've done this before. Hmm. Okay. That's strange. Huh. Let's try a smaller wheel. I don't see. Put the. I'm trying to remember exactly how I did this. With the fail motorcycle thing. Yeah, it just came in like that and it fit. Just I don't get it. Maybe if I pull this out for now and okay, yeah. And so that kind of lines up in there and okay. Alright, so see, now that is basically kind of centered more. What I'm hoping is I can actually attach rocket engines to the wheel, which it looks like I can. Can I get them? They have to be on the side. That's not quite ideal. Well, I think I just added like a ton more weight, and it's not gonna help it at all. Oh well, trial and error, right? Trial and error. Okay. Da, da, da. Razamataz. Yeah, it's a little heavy. It's not quite. Now, what I could try is I kind of want to see what happens if I lighten the weight a bit, like replace all the metal bits in the center there with um, something more lightweight, like wood. See how that goes. Oh, perfect. Perfect. I mean, the connector tool, okay. Cute, cute. And we'll see. This, if this doesn't work, I have a different plan. A little bit more complicated, but yeah, yeah. This doesn't quite work. Not the end of the world. Okay. No, don't want to put it on the lift. All right, let's see. So we've lightened the load a bit. It's kind of starting to look like a helicopter too. I mean, basic outline, you know. Maybe not. Maybe not like. It's not an actual helicopter by any means, but yeah, that's just it's not gonna work. All right, so God, here's my plan. So we're gonna pull all this nonsense off. All of it can go. I guess we'll leave that as wood. I don't know. Because actually, ooh, we're probably gonna have to replace the wood with metal. Because my plan is annoying. Look at the mess. I love it. It's great as you start building like workshops and stuff and leaving spare parts lying around. It really does look like scrapyard or something. Um, so the plan, the plan of action, right? So instead of having just the two rotors, I'm going to put another rotor on top of this one, spinning in the opposite direction. And that should act to counterbalance everything, I think. Now, my one main concern with it is it's going to have like, it's going to be tall, you know, this space needs to be 3 high. And I worry that it'll end up putting, like, the problem with it wanting to lean forward and back or whatever might come back into play. I'm not quite entirely sure. It's just conjecture. But, I mean, we could talk about it forever, or we could just go ahead and do it. So, the other thing I'm wondering about is, like, with the rotary things there, how do we... Because this part spins, so if I connect something else to it, that's going to add a little extra spin, which might end up messing... I don't know, like, we can talk and speculate all we want, or we can actually just build something. I mean... Yeah, I'm still not very good. Like, you know, it's not quite like Minecraft where you can just pillar up. You know, well, let me try. Yeah, it just doesn't really want to place when I'm in the air. So I don't know. I think a lot of people are gonna have to build like these overly complex stairs and like shipyards and things, which I don't know. I kind of wish. I mean, well, actually, let's try something. If we just take the lift back, I mean, yeah, it's on the ground. I think though that's not the end of the world. Like I can jump up on the lift. I can just work on it. I wonder how to set. Okay, I think I'm going to need one of those. Take it 3 up. Another one. And let's make it all pretty. And needs to look good, right? Put that there. Again with the. It's 3 out, right? Yeah. Very carefully scooch. Okay. Ugh. Scooch. And now this needs to rotate opposite how the thing below. So if you look at it and just follow the direction, it's kind of going counterclockwise. So if we want this clockwise, the rocket needs to be attached right there. So we'll go down a little bit and a little bit more and attach the dang rocket already. Oh, yeah, well that's actually not an issue. What's happening is it's not connected to the controller, so it's gonna just kind of hang there limp and lifeless. But we can set it up. We can fix that pretty easy. Only reason I'm not doing it immediately is, I mean, we got to put the other one in anyway, so let's just do both at the same time. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, now if I kind of eyeball that, that needs to face, yeah, this way, so I want to attach the other one kind of on that side. You see how it just starts leaning a little bit? That's actually a good thing. I mean, you expect it to do that, so. But, dang it. Oh, the noises in this are great. So I attach it. Okay, I did put one there. And doop, doop, pop. Let's go up a little more. And so this is actually like a thing. You notice how it makes this kind of like rising. Here, if you go back down. Alright, so as this goes up, it gets higher and higher in pitch. You notice that? It's actually a psychological thing that companies intentionally put into video games. For some reason, that sound is very rewarding and interesting. So it's kind of like a good cue, at least just to, the human brain, I guess. So it ends up being a really good cue to put in if you want to like reward gamers for something. It's why as you're collecting like coins in Mario, for example, you'll end up like, the coin sound kind of like gets higher and higher with the more coins you're getting. Yeah, they're doing that on purpose. Just to kind of signal to the player, hey, you're doing something right. It's kind of fascinating, and people talk about like video games as if they're not an art form, and I mean, come on. Like, there's definitely an art to it, and just all the classic ways of inspiring emotion people exist in video games as well. So I don't even like feel like there's really a need to debate it. Like the only people who debate whether video games are art or not are people who don't play video games. So okay, I think I did that. Oh, hey, that'll be helpful. It'll just spin around on the side I need it on. Almost. Yep. Ah, okay. Now, yeah, yeah, and yeah. I mean, it's a different art form. It's more similar to, I guess, like the closest thing you can compare it to would be interactive theater. Because there's definitely that whole feedback component that isn't present in. Let's see, so that's spinning that way. I want it to go this way, so I want it attached here. Like so. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Like interactive theater where you get the audience involved. That's kind of like the closest equivalent I can come up with for what video games are. um, but it's basically get these hooked up. Hmm. Now I'm thinking, I, I think I know how I can make like this thing have forward propulsion. It kind of sucks though because it means we have to like redo. This is like one thing they need to work on. If I put a little thing in there and have a controller set it so it's locked in place, but then connected to the steering wheel, I think I can make it so that I can make the rotors point forward and back, which would speed up and slow down the craft. But to do that, I have to like redo everything else. It's kind of it's a little bit of a frustration. I think it's just like a limitation on the programming. Like it's not something that would be easy to fix. Let's see. So yeah, that will spin the opposite, and that will also spin the opposite. Now we just need to set them at the right angles so that they're instead of facing straight up and down. For the most part, I'm really satisfied with this game's control scheme, though. It's okay. That's 5 and 6. And I assume it's gonna be 6 and 7. I mean, it's very straightforward and or 7 and 8. Yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. Not quite a helicopter per se, but I think it still kind of operates on the same principles. I'm hoping to make it look a little better, but it might be tricky. And the trickiness kind of comes in the fact that this has to be a minimum distance apart. Now, we could put this instead of on top, like below. That might be something to try, but for now, I kind of want to test this design, see how it goes. So, controller, that scrolls so slow. Let's scoot it down. And I'm just kind of doing this. It's a random guess. We'll see if they set right. Oh, I have to take it off the thing. Okay, those were good. I just need to change 5 and 6. You'd think I would have been able to puzzle that out, but these sort of things are just like, ish. I'd rather, instead of try to take time to think it out, I would rather just do it and then fix it. Which is probably why, I was never the greatest physics student. I could have saved a lot of, like, just nuisances when I was working on my projects if I was better at the math and thinking ahead of time. Okay. Huh. These are both facing the same way. That's a problem. Yeah, they need a... Oh my gosh. The ball upstairs, or I don't know what it is. They gave the kid some kind of toy, and it's like... He loves it. He's just like going to town, like throwing the thing up and down, and... Ugh. Um... So that's opposite that, and that's opposite that. So why are they facing the same direction? That's odd. 'Cause that's opposite that. Let me think about the spin here. So, all right, this one, it's gonna go counterclockwise, and this one's gonna go clockwise. And this one's gonna go counterclockwise. This one's gonna go clock. Maybe it's okay. Maybe that is okay. Let's I mean, we could sit here wondering about it, or I can gun this engine and see what happens. So let's do it. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. That's kind of cool looking. Ow. Whoa. That is not how corn grows. I lived in Nebraska for a couple of years, and you get used to seeing corn everywhere. Huh. This is kind of tricky. I'm thinking the way to fix it would be to do what I was talking about and put like this top one actually equidistant but below, and turning in the opposites. I don't know. Just I was never good at statics, and that's basically what would help right now. So statics is the science of things that don't move. I guess if that makes sense. And the idea is we don't want this thing to rotate. So yeah, some statics would be very helpful actually. Just kind of break it down a bit. Now, that's interesting. See how it becomes an entity when you break it? I want to try something real quick. Bear with me. So we'll put a little stand here. Okay, so pipe. Oh, we're gonna need. Let's just do this with pipes. People are like, what is he going on about? This is. I want to see helicopters, but if this works, this is actually kind of a cool thing. Because it'll let us build interesting stuff down the road. Let's kind of. Oof. Should have built it a little higher, huh? Oh, just barely did it. Okay. Oh shoot. Um. Dang it. Well, this might work. This might work. Okay. So, out of curiosity, can I? You're probably all wondering, like, why? What is he up to? This is silly, but I think these things can be turned into like the links of a chain. Yeah. And if that's the case, oh, let's go back to here. We could do some really cool stuff. I mean, we could have like pod racers or something. So I just want to test it out while I'm thinking about it and see how it. Okay. Oop, I had it. Okay. You see what I mean? Like, I wonder. Just don't know how to like. Yeah, like that. Ooh, I think it does work. I think. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Um, we should like attach this to something and drag it, but yeah, I think that might be a later project to try to build like a big chain using pipes. Yeah. I think. I'm not sure. It seemed like it was moving on its own. Oh well. I'll do that like as another video. See if I can make a big chain of those, and because if you can make a chain in this, there's all kinds of cool stuff you could do with chains. You could do like pulley systems and who knows what else. Anyway, um, helicopter. Right, we're breaking it down. Breaking it down. Clunk. Do. I like to clean up after my builds. There's actually two reasons for that. One, the game isn't quite optimized, and there are a few things that can cause like wicked lag. And one of those is like ball bearings. The other is active thrusters. So you don't want to leave like a ton of like see if I left this one like flying around and stuff. And I kept doing stuff like that. Eventually, this would be really bad frame rates and just kind of ruin it. So you kind of want to clean up for just the frame rate, but you also in engineering actually like there's this whole idea of good engineers design their products in such a way that they're easy to dismantle or break down, so that you're not leaving like RAM junk lying around for the next generation to fix up. Um, it's actually, how there's a Hippocratic oath. Well, engineers that take a similar oath when they get accredited, and essentially says that I'm not going to design a product that will be a hazard to people in the future. Um, and it definitely comes up in some cases, like for instance, nuclear power plants. Like, how do we design a nuclear power plant that isn't going to be super radioactive and poisoning people 10,000 years from now? And the answer is we kind of don't. And that's why, despite the promise of, and I do think that it's a technology that needs more attention. Until we've sorted out what to do about nuclear waste, we kind of, though, can't really encourage the technology along. Because like back during the 1950s, 50s, freaking scratchy voice there. Um, but back during the 1950s, when they were first kind of screwing around with atomic power, there's all this hope of, oh, this is going to replace gasoline. This is going to like people will heat their homes with it. You know, atomic power, a way of the future. It's going to solve all our energy problems, and in some ways it does, but it doesn't in the fact that we have no idea what to do about the nuclear waste after the fact. So yeah, it's kind of a shame. They're getting better. They're working on the third and I think even now the fourth generation of nuclear reactors, and the idea is they're called like breeder reactors, and the idea is you're essentially starting with one particular element, letting it decompose into other ones further down the line, and as you do that, it gets easier and easier to clean up. Ultimately, we'd like a fast breeder reactor that could like take uranium or plutonium or even thorium and well the isotopes of those and break them down to lead. Because lead, I mean, it's you don't want to eat it, but it isn't gonna like give you cancer. So it's kind of something they've been working on, but you know, there's just not any funding for it. People don't want to fund, especially in the U.S. Um, and it kind of comes down to like public perception of nuclear power as being like automatically dangerous and terrible. But you know, when handled right. Anyway, like I've been talking about like nuclear politics um, instead of like figuring this out. And yeah, I'm not even sure what to do about it because that one idea with a counter rotation obviously isn't going to work. I'm just gonna fly it a few times, kind of really get an eye for it, figure out exactly. Like I want to see a top-down view, maybe. Just figure out what is going on with causing that rotation to happen, and maybe there's a way to fix it. There might not be. I feel like there should be. Like I don't know though. I'm not 100%. One possibility is we put in two more rotors and we move the ones that we have. Here, I'll hop out a minute so I can point out. So basically, take that there and put it like on the end, and then duplicate it and put it up here. But have them all kind of rotating in like make a quad, what's called a quadcopter. Um, and the problem with that is like eventually it just gets to the point where it's like, is it even really a helicopter anymore? Or is it like some other kind of creation? Another possibility is instead of, I don't know if we need the counter rotation to be coming from a, oh sorry, that's a coffee machine going off in the background. But I don't know if we need it to even come from rockets. We could just put like something here and hook up a motor to it and have it spinning, and that might actually yeah, actually I like that idea. Let's do it. Let's just try it. So like boom, boom, and it can be smaller maybe. Might look cool that way. And what I'm hoping is that, and we'll put something heavy, some metal. Are these? I'm kind of curious. Are they like heavy, medium, large tank, lightweight? Maybe something other than just like a metal block we can put on the end of it. Uh, so much of this is lightweight stuff. What are so thrusters are lightweight. So since it's now here's an interesting physics situation. So, see how these are three wide? One, two, three. Now, we could put another three out with like the equivalent weight of whatever is on this end and have it rotating the opposite. Or what we could do, since this is like smaller, it's actually going to spin faster. And so with a faster spin and like a heavier weight, it'll end up equaling out to like, I'm trying to remember my my momentum equations, but basically like you can experiment with a swivel chair at home. So be careful while doing this. You don't want to fall out of the chair and break your neck or something, and then blame it on me. But basically, you sit on a swivel chair and you get spinning around, and if you hold your arms out wide, you go slower. But if you pull them back in tight, like cross your arms across your chest, you'll have the same amount of energy, but you'll be spinning faster. Um, so it's kind of a cool proof of concept. But I'm thinking those, if they're tinier, it'll be okay with a heavier weight. Well, I'm probably screwing this up. I'm probably butchering it, but no, I'm not probably. I'm butchering it a bit, but we'll try it. We'll try it. Because see, all we have to do is counter that momentum in some fashion. So now I want to hook up these. They need to spin. I think we connect those. Yeah. So what direction this is going? Okay, already set up. Cool. Down into this one, so that's gonna go counterclockwise. That's going. Yeah, I think that does it. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna assume it's not gonna work, but it's worth experimenting. It's worth just taken for a test drive. No. They need to be reversed. Okay. Yeah. Another issue might be, and this is kind of just me not knowing mechanics that well, but if this is spinning, I think it contributes a bit to the spin of the ball bearing, which is a problem. The way to fix it would be to do the light rotation underneath. But let's try this now that I've reversed that and see what happens. Oh, I have a theory. See how this is like right on top of that? I think it's attached. Yeah, I think we need to I'm dreading like taking that out because it means I have to reconnect all these. Let's try giving it a little bit more space on the top. Like, let's do that. And Geronimo. Okay. Duh. I don't know. We'll see. Clugged. Ooh, mad skills. Not really though. There. Okay. And see, that's not as like big and stupid as the original way I had set up. Damn tiny feet. Okay. Yep. Here we go. Pull this up. Clang. Let me make sure I put the ball bearing exact. Okay, I had 2 of them. I'm not sure I even need to, but you know what? It's not gonna ruin things. Out of the way. Okay. And we'll clean up our messes. And pull out the connector thingy. Sure. Let's see. Interesting. So, interesting. It's counteracting the spin with the rockets, I guess. Okay. So yeah, we want both these to go in the opposite direction of, yep. Still, are they spinning? Not really. Oh. Okay, well, I think I'm going to have to take this bit out, make it so that that is underneath, and it's gonna be a whole thing. And I think we've had enough time for today's episode. I'm going to go ahead and call it a episode. Anywho, I will see you guys. I'll be back when I've sorted all this, and we'll take it for a test drive. See if I can get that annoying spin to stop. There's gotta be a way. There has to be. And I have some. I really don't want to do the quadcopter thing exactly. But I might have to do something weird. Like have like a little ball bearing thing in the middle, and I don't know. It might get a little weird, but we'll figure it out. We'll sort this. Anywho, I'll see you guys in later. Bye.